Happy Friday, everybody. Today's topic is whey versus beef protein, what most people don't know. So I have one question for you. Whey or beef protein? Most people grab whatever's on the shelf or what their trainer recommends, but not all protein powders are created equal, especially if you're following a keto or carnivore lifestyle. Hi, I'm Dr. Rose Petrilla, and today I'm breaking down the facts about whey versus protein isolate and why I personally made the change. Whey protein has been the gold standard in the fitness world for years. It's high in leucine, it's fast absorbing, and it's been shown to help with muscle protein synthesis. But here's the kicker. It also tends to spike insulin more than people realize. That's not necessarily a bad thing after a workout, but if you're metabolically compromised or trying to stay in ketosis, that might be a problem for you. That was my issue. That spike can stall a fat loss, especially when combined with sweeteners or flavors. Whey also comes from dairy, and that can be a deal breaker for a lot of people. Many of us are sensitive to the lactose or casein proteins in whey, even when it's an isolate. Bloating, breakouts, joint pain, it's not always obvious until you cut it out. Now enter beef isolate. That's not your grandma's beef broth. It's pure protein powder derived from beef, usually the hide or the connective tissue, depending on the brand, and it's naturally dairy-free, low in allergens, and much gentler on the digestive system. So beef isolate also has a full amino acid profile, and while it's not quite as fast acting as whey, it is incredibly effective for muscle maintenance, especially on a ketogenic or carnivore lifestyle. And unlike whey, it won't knock you out of ketosis or cause that insulin spike. So I used whey protein early. Right after I had my lap band, I was not allowed to eat for 6 weeks. So all that I was able to consume was whey protein. And I really did not have a problem with it during that time. So early on in my keto journey, I was using a protein whey shake to help me build muscle. And once I hit a stall, I started to dig a little bit deeper. Especially the flavored varieties weren't really doing me any favors. When I switched to a beef isolate, my I didn't have problems with the digestion or the bloating. That never was a problem with me for whey, but for some people it is. What I did notice is that my blood sugar stayed more stable. Just because it says protein doesn't mean it's right for your goals. The source matters, the insulin response matters, your gut response matters. So listen to your body and don't be afraid to make a switch, even if the label says clean or low carb. So this is how I use my protein shakes right now. My favorite brand, by the way, and I'm not sponsored by them. They're not, I'm not an affiliate. But the brand I use is Equip Prime Protein. And I use it, especially now, because I'm trying to hit my leucine goals, which I can hit the leucine goals, but I have trouble getting the total grams of protein in for my ideal body weight. So I notice when I add a scoop of that protein powder into my diet every day, that it makes it easier for me to hit those goals. And right now, I'm trying to avoid making the shakes. I don't want to use any of the plant milks. And I've just been adding it to my Greek yogurt. But you can do milk. You can add a little bit of half and half or however you want to make it, or you could just make it with water. I'm using it as a tool to help me reach my protein goals every day. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll put a link for their website for you to check it out. And my favorite flavor is the chocolate. In the wintertime, I will put a little bit of half and half, and At that time I was keto, so I would use a plant milk and make a hot chocolate. It's pretty darn good. All right, I'll see you tomorrow in the next video.